What's that?
Uh-huh.
Did you ask if I have the presentation up? And
I do. I have it up.
got it. Okay.
We need to mute. Everyone needs to mute their phones, please.
Yeah.
Or Andrea, can you do that as co-host?
I'm looking. There we go. We're good. All right. So Ann just pulling up the presentation right now. Guys, welcome. Good morning. Happy January 3rd. We were just saying with the first couple people who were on the call that like this week after Christmas and as the New Year's beginning, all of the days kind of run together, right? At least for me. And I was like, we don't even know what's up or down. And Ange is still in California. And so it's extra early there. I'm going to raise my light here for a second really quickly. But we are just super happy to have you on. We've done a lot of prep work in December in anticipation of the new year of 2025 and of our team and what we want to see, what shifts we want to see, how we want to show up differently and better for you all. And one of those things being that we're bringing back Friday morning calls. You know, we kind of did away with that last year and just did a monthly kind of update call. But we know that for all of us, staying close to the fire, so to speak, is really important. When you're doing work like this, when you're building a business, it's important to be around accountability and to be around people who are working through the same things that you are and who you're able to celebrate with when you have wins. And we just know it's important. So each of those weeks will look a little differently. We've given a little bit of a focus to each of the weeks depending on where it falls in the month. But we will be meeting monthly, and there will be celebration. There will be strategy. There will be a little bit of like power hour time once a month. And we're just really excited about what we have to bring to you. The other thing is, as you bring people in this month as new brand partners, we want you to have a place right away where you can plug them in on a weekly basis. Okay. Whether they can show up live, which obviously that's the best scenarios for us to show up live if you have this time available. Or maybe they have to get to work early and they can't be on at 7 a.m. Arizona time, that they can something that they can plug into afterwards so that they can rewatch and learn along with us. So super excited about that. One of the other things, we'll just put this out there and we'll talk more about it later, is that we are bringing back Senior Star Sprints. Some of you have no idea what I'm talking about because we haven't done a Senior Star Sprint in recent years. But we are that back, and we'll talk more about why later. That's not for this call, but just wanted to give you a couple things that we've been working on. Oh, and the last thing I wanted to share with you is we've been working on guides for the brand partner group. So when you go into the brand partner group and you click on guides, they're not there yet. You won't see them. We're working on them. They should be up by this coming week, but it is literally a step-by-step, like one-stop shop for how do I do this business and how do I invite other people to do this business. When somebody joins my team and they're like, hey, I want to be a brand partner, and you're like, oh crap, what do I do? You go to the guide. Okay. And it links you to different resources we put together on our Living Well Now website and kind of gives you a step-by-step, here's what you do first. So look for that coming next week sometime. All right, Ange, let's turn it over to you.
Let's do this. I don't remember who's doing the first few parts on.
Yeah,
so I'll share and then we'll just tag team. We are live streaming and we are recording. So if you have team members who couldn't join live with us today, they can come join us on our recordings. We do this as a service to you all. In fact, one of the things I did last week was listen to the call from Paige Williams and Aaron Rodgers. And while I'm so grateful for their leadership and accountability, I know what they're offering is exactly what you're getting here from us for free. So we want to continue to offer you value through our leadership and through the ways that we connect with one another in person and online. Living Well Now has always existed to be a team of teams Andrea and I are cross-line from each other. So same as Paige and Aaron even, right? Cross-line from each other, working together toward the same goal. And that is getting more oils into every home in the world and giving families an opportunity to share their stories, successes, hopes, freedoms, and wellness. So again, this is our family disclaimer. You know that if you've met us, we are who we are, and we are committed to giving you the best options that we have. One of the most secret options in Young Living is the business opportunity. So when I was showing my dad this presentation last night, he said, "Do they all know that they're coming prepared for the fire hose?" He said, "You guys have put together so much content here, you may need to review it the next couple of weeks." He said, just speaking as a teacher, he said, "I think I might leave today's call feeling overwhelmed." So if you brought your teacup, go grab your gallon jug, because we're ready to roll. Happy 2024. We are still celebrating, and you may have seen this post in the brand partner group. That is our most public way of recognizing our top enrollers. We did send everyone or give them out in person certificates to honor you for being a top enroller of 2024. We are so grateful for those of you who enrolled new customers this year and or reactivated old customers. Super grateful for all of these folks as top enrollers. We also give back to our community. So one of the things that Andy has posted about in our brand partners group, Andy is my brother, Andrea's husband, not brother-in-law. He's our financial behind the scenes guy, and he was encouraging everyone with their paychecks to be giving at least 10% back to their team. That's something that we model as well. We gave away over $2,500 in product credits in 2024, as well as over $2,300 in prizes, oils, products, etc. That's a loose estimation. We're grateful to those people who received those, reminded us, got us connected. We're always grateful for the ways that we can give back to our customers, especially for ordering. Some of you benefited from some of these giveaways at our that weren't recorded, like at convention or at our summer sizzle retreat, and those places as well. So that's not accounted for in those totals. So again, at least 10% of your money going back into your customers, whether through education or incentives, the way that we model. All right, so Andrea, if you can monitor chat, that would be awesome, because I can't see anything and I need
What's crazy
help
is
on muting.
I've been looking because I heard it and I don't see any that are unmuted other than ours.
Can you just go to mute all, maybe?
Yep, I found it.
Okay.
We're good.
All right, we're going to celebrate specifically December top enrollers. This post will go up later in the brand partners group today. Carrie, Nan, Jessica, and Denise all were super enrollers. So remember, we honor people who enroll 5 or more with a product credit every month. Also celebrating Andrea, Jackie, Susanna, Liesel, Shelby, Stephanie, Carissa, Linda, Kathy, and Anna. Congratulations to all of you for being top enrollers in the month of December. We also had some first-time enrollers. One of these folks will be selected, and that will be mentioned in the post. We would like the person who wins, the first-time enroller, to be actually in the Living Well Now brand partner group. So please, if you have a new brand partner, make sure you've added them there so that they are eligible for this giveaway that we do monthly. Adina, Allison, Julie, Andrea, Jennifer, Karina, Melinda, Polly, and Will. Congratulations to all of you for being first-time enrollers. If you're on the call today, give a shout out in the chat so that we can personally congratulate you for being part of our Living Well Now team, family team. We also had 2 new rank ups in December. Congratulations to Lisa and Polly for being 2 new stars. It's so exciting to see new people being celebrated and earning that first paycheck as a star. So congratulations to both of you for your efforts. Glad to have you. We want to point out to you that every month we make a newsletter link, so you can find it, and I'll post it in the chat here in a minute. You can find it at lwn.my.canva.site/newsletter. And it contains really fun information for the month, including our event updates, and our gifts with purchase. So again, if you have folks that aren't on social media, aren't on Facebook, you can pull down this newsletter and text it to them. Especially that's a free option if you don't have LifeSteps app. LifeSteps does provide a newsletter every month, so you can send that out as well. But ours is specific to Living Well Now and then gives the gifts with purchase update. So remember that anyone on Loyalty Rewards that orders 100 PV this month will get a deep relief oil. If they, anyone who orders, regardless of Loyalty Rewards, if you get to the 200 PV level, that will earn you a free grapefruit. If you are on loyalty, then you also get the deep relief. And then the 300 PV level is Life 9, our incredible probiotic supplement, as well as grapefruit and deep relief if you are on loyalty. So please help your customers in communicating that information to them. We do send out emails to our customers, but we only send emails related to the gifts with purchase, as well as the these events. And some special invitation sorts of emails. So just being clear with you on our communication, the best communication comes from you as their direct upline. All right, we are adding a few more people to the group. Want to celebrate some consistent classes, calls, events, and challenges that are coming up in January. You'll notice some new branding as we head into the new year. This is the cover photo of our brand partner group. So if you ever are stuck on where to find the information about our upcoming events, you can go directly to the brand partner group, and that cover photo is actually this exact graphic. So you can get all of these things into your electronic or paper pencil calendar, beginning with the 14-day reset that starts on Monday, January 13th. You'll also see that there's a brand partner basics Zoom coming up on Wednesday, January 15th, as well as January 22nd. We're doing a customer class called 3 Hacks to a Healthy 2025 to help your customers help set their goals, their health goals for 2025, related to having the healthiest year yet. And also, Andre, I'm going to turn it back to you to talk more about the January 4th kickoff watch party, because I know you just had a call about that yesterday.
I did just have a call about that yesterday, and I was a little bit like blown away about one of the announcements. It is a pseudo product related announcement. I can't really say more than that. But I didn't see it coming. So it was kind of, yeah, it's very cool. So definitely make sure that you are tuning in with us tomorrow morning. It's 10 a.m. Mountain Time. So we will be streaming through Zoom for that. So you can be with us live. That way we can do reactions together in the chat, and just kind of watch it together. Encourage your customers to join as well. There will be some brand partner talk, but there will be a lot of, it's a New Year kickoff, and it's very product focused as well. And there's going to be some cool education on one of the products that you're not going to want to miss. So yeah, definitely you're going to want to show up for that. I hope when you watch, you're as excited as I am.
Can you tell them our plan for Living Well Now? I'll tell you. Our plan for Living Well Now tomorrow is to Zoom. We're going to Zoom in this room, just like you are right now. And then we're going to bring in the live stream to the Zoom. We want you to join live with us for the energy and the excitement of being together. So Andy Lehman is encouraging, and you'll see more posts today, just to remind everybody that this is happening tomorrow. But you can go join the live stream by yourself. You can have friends over and pop it up onto your screen or onto your iPad and share it there. Or you can come over here and join us on Zoom, and we'll do giveaways and things like that so that we can all watch together all the announcements that are coming. I think it's going to be really, really cool.
And this is what I'll say about the products. There's one product that is kind of coming back that I know a lot of people are going to be excited about. And then there's one thing that just kind of threw me for a loop that I didn't see ever coming in that capacity. So yeah, there's your teaser for tomorrow, 10 a.m. Mountain Time.
Awesome. Just to reiterate how valuable many brand partners have found the 14-day reset to be in duplicating their success, We had over 200 Living Well Now members take advantage of the reset in 2024. So we are continuing to promote the 14-day reset as a quick start to your healthy goals each month. The resets start, Team YL resets start on the second Monday of the month. So the next one starts January 13th, and then the one after that will be February 10th. I'm going to give you one more announcement about Make a Move in a second. But on this note, you are going to see Young Living, and you may have already gotten the email about the 30-day Living Young challenge that's coming that Joseph Young has designed with an app and that kind of thing. You can totally promote that to your teams. You're just not going to see a lot from us on that topic, only because we really think there's some value to having a rhythm of a couple weeks a month to get people into heavy use of Ningxia Red, and then using the Make a Move challenge to help keep their fitness levels growing as they head into the following month. So not that we don't agree with what they're doing. I just want to be really, really clear. It's nothing about that. It's just another system when we already have a system. So it's okay if you decide you want to encourage your friend base to all join at level 1 of Joseph's challenge, and then move to level 2 and level 3 and get the app and do the downloads and things like that. We just won't have a lot of the back end information on that to particularly share with you. So know that the reset and the tag already in the featured posts of our brand partners group is where we're going to keep coming back to updating those resources and making sure that it's really clear how people join the 14-day reset, join the Team YL calls for those, and really kind of continue participating. We also give away $100 giveaway every month for somebody who signs up to do the reset with us by giving a Google form link that they fill out, and then we select a winner, and that person either gets $100 product credit, $100 toward a pair of shoes, $100 sportswear gift card, et cetera, et cetera. So that's something that we're going to keep promoting, and I just wanted to put this slide in here to remind you. So many people have experienced reduction in inches, as well as better energy, a reduction, healthier levels of inflammation. They've watched their mood shift, their body image has changed, joint mobility, and things like that. The one thing we can't say with anything related to Ningxia Red is that we cannot say we lost weight, period. So please know that that's a conduct specific request, that we cannot connect Ningxia Red to weight loss. So don't use those words together in a social media post, period. Andrea, did you say anything else about that?
Yeah, I mean, yes, that nothing standing on social media for any length of time. If you want to talk about the other stuff that you did to lose weight while you were doing the Ningxia reset and you want to throw that in your stories, that disappears in 24 hours.
Okay. Go team.
Just make sure you about the other stuff that you did to lose weight. All right. Very good. So Make a Move challenge. So we are doing this every month. This was something that Young Living came out with at convention to help lead into the 14-day reset. And we've loved it because it does, like Ange said, it gives us really 2 weeks a month, or excuse me, 3 weeks a month where we are intentionally moving our bodies. And then hopefully because of that, people are in the habit and continue to do so. We know how important it is to move. And as a wellness community, we want to be advocating for that all of the time. And so there's actually a Make a Move challenge going on right now. Currently, it's going to end on Sunday. The next one will start on January 27th. And we have been real strategic about when we do these, because once it's done, then we all have a week to maybe enroll friends who came and joined us for the Make a Move challenge. We talked for the last couple of days. We put posts and testimonials and stuff in the private group about the reset. And so it allows you to kind of create that community with them during this move. They're already in the habit of moving their body, and perhaps they want to take it to the next step and do the 14-day reset and see all of the added benefits of doing that. So it's very, very strategic when we do it. So there's time for you to help a friend enroll, get into the reset that starts the second Monday of each month. The next one, you can put this on your calendar, is January 24th to 6th. That's the inviting time. And then it will actually start on the 27th. All right.
And thank you to those of you who are already in that Make a Move Challenge rhythm and you're posting and you're talking about it. It's a great inspiration outside sort of the product side of things. So it's really awesome just to see more people taking advantage of connecting around daily movement and making a difference in your body just by getting out there to walk. It doesn't have to be anything super complicated. It can just be you getting back into the rhythm of consistent care for your body. So we love to support that, and we do giveaways in there. Thanks to Andrea for managing and leading, spearheading that effort, because I think that's a really valuable piece for so many of us. And the group continues to grow. And I mean, we know that more and more people are going to want to join as they see your enthusiasm and success at that as well. Oh, I tried to click my screen instead of my button. Okay.
And just to really quickly to clarify about tomorrow morning's call, it's this Zoom room. Somebody was asking, it's this Zoom room. So you're just going to join just like you did this morning, but at 10 a.m. tomorrow. And we will be showing all of the New Year kickoff stuff within this group, this room.
So I just wanted to share this graphic as a way of wrapping up our first of the month this is sort of the first of the month sort of detail call that we've been doing in 2024, and we're kicking this off for 2025. But this is a great reminder that I pulled from someone else. But the idea is we can grow our business through enrollments. But if we are wanting to sustain our business, we definitely want to do two things. One is enroll somebody with loyalty rewards, increase our loyalty rewards percentage personally, right? As we encourage people to be part of our team. And second is to teach people how to enroll their friends and family as well. And you can do this very, very easily by explaining that through gatherings and conversations that you're having in real life with people, how the business gets built, and how simple it is to truly share a referral link so that they can benefit and their friends and family can benefit as well from the products. So do keep in mind the strategy of increasing your loyalty rewards percentage. We're going to talk about this in a little bit. Bringing people together around the conversation of transfer buying their products that they used to get at the store that now they can get from their own home remedy solutions or non-toxic products, things like that, personal care items. I'm so glad to have, I opened up my lavender lotion this morning and I was like, I just love this stuff. And it lasts so long that I forget sometimes what a new bottle is like, because I cut the tops off and do all the things and I'm like, oh yeah, a brand new bottle again. This is so exciting. So anyway, transfer buying, loyalty rewards, as well as teaching others to enroll others is the key to the game. If this was all you came for today, the first 30 minutes, you can feel free to exit this call today. We are giving an extra bonus of 30 minutes with you talking about goal setting. This is the fire hose part, y'all. So you've been fully warned that if you're not quite ready for this, you can come back later. Like I said, we're recording it. It's also live streaming in the Facebook group as well. But we are going to dive in on some goal setting for brand partners in this next 30 minutes. We've got a lot of info to cram at you. And we're going to be really mindful that some of this may not make sense the first time around, but maybe if you listen a second time or we reteach some sections as we go through this month, maybe Andrea, after Dad said that, I thought, oh, that's a smart idea because we've got some strategy and coaching pieces that we can pull from this as well. For the rest of the time. But thank you so much. Again, if this is where you're going to cut out, we're appreciative and grateful that you're here. If you can hang out for another 30 minutes, we're glad to have you.
Okay.
Right. Here we go on. I think you start. Am I right?
Yes. I'm going to say this as we get started here. It is in this business, and you know this, but I just want to reiterate this. It is the work, it's the action that we take to build our business. And it is also so much our mindsets. So much our mindsets. And so we're not really talking any mindset stuff right now in the next 30 minutes. We're just talking like, okay, pen to paper, what do you want out of this year? And I want to really frankly say this. If you don't choose to work on your mindset, because we all have all kinds of crap that floats around in our brains, all of us. And if we aren't actively on a daily basis taking those things captive and holding them up to what is actually the truth, then it's very hard for us to accomplish our goals. Okay. Because we will create all the stories and excuses and whatever why we can't do an action that will lead to the goal. So in our weekly coaching and accountability, we will be talking about strategy, right? And we'll be giving tips, we'll be giving resources, we'll be giving those kind of tactile things, but also we will be doing coaching. And my hope and my prayer for each of you and for myself this year is that we really tackle the mindset piece of it and realize that yes, we are worthy to build a business. Yes, we were created in God's image. And no, all of those things that we say about ourselves are lies. They aren't truth. They are stories that we make up. And I just pray that we become resilient in our businesses and in our focus and where we're wanting to go. And we don't let little hiccups along the way derail us. So, all right, here we go. Goal setting for brand partners. So one of the things that I know is that people who write down their goals are more likely to accomplish their goals. So, and even before we get to the writing down piece, I thought that this was fascinating that only 16% of people even make a goal. And I see it on social media. You know, I saw it this last week, like, oh, I don't make goals for the new year because then they just don't get accomplished, blah, blah. You know, I saw all of this. 84% of people choose not to make goals. All right. I don't choose to be one of those people. And I don't choose for y'all to be one of those people. Let's make some goals, right? Life is short. What are the things that we want to accomplish? And so out of that 84%, 13% of people set goals, but they don't accomplish them. Only 3% of people set goals and achieve them. And part of that reason for that 3% is that they're writing them down. Okay. Goals that are written down increase your chances of achieving them by 42%. Okay. That's a pretty huge increase. 13% of people have some form of goals written down, but there is no plan on how to execute them. Okay. So are you seeing that? Out of the 100%, 13% of people write goals, but there's no like, how am I going to do this? Okay. So we are going to do a little bit of that today, really briefly. The 3% of people who have a goal with a concrete plan are 10 times more likely to achieve success than those who do not have a plan. 10 times. I am going to tell y'all, we're going to start this off with my big fail from 2024. My business goals I had in front of me. I knew how many people I wanted to enroll monthly. I was doing Abundance Tracker, so I was seeing things monthly for my business goals. But Annie and I sat down at the end of last year, like we do almost every year, and we wrote out goals for all of the areas of our life. First mistake, I wrote down too many. I had like 4 to 5, I think 5 goals in each area. That's too many, right? You lose track when you have too many things you're trying to work on. First mistake. Second mistake was I wrote them down. So yes, I was one of the 42%, or I did increase my chances of meeting some of those goals by writing them down, but I didn't look at them again, friends. I wrote down the goals in a notebook and then didn't look at them again. So we have to. I looked at them at the end of the year. We were going over them and I was like giving myself a grade. I was like, oh, geez, got enough on that one. I forgot I even wrote that down as a goal. I forgot I even wanted to do that in our like family area of life, right? Or, you know, whatever it was. So let that be a warning to you. If you're writing down goals today, make sure that you are putting them somewhere where you can see them. And Andy and I have a plan in place to revisit. We actually have a date on the calendar 3 months from now to look at our goals. We wrote them down because they're important to us. How sad that I got through a whole year and some of those things I didn't even touch because it wasn't in my awareness. All right. So here we go.
Andrea, I think this is a good place for us to remind people that we did send out an email as well as upload the actual file to the Brand Partners group yesterday. Yeah, can you talk about that for a second?
Yes. So if you do not have these downloaded, they are in your email right now, or you can find them in the Brand Partners group. For those people who aren't techie, when you go to the email and you click on this link, it's going to take you to like the Dropbox thing, and you're like going to try to print it and it won't print because you're not to the point where it can be printed yet. You'll see up at the top, there's a little arrow that like points down. Click on that. That'll pull it up in the format. That's the downloaded format where you can print these. Okay. So there are actually 6 pages. These are very, very valuable pages, I believe, for both goal setting. And then there's another one in here that is a tracker for you for your prospects, and as well as the abundance tracker that we talk about all the time. And you'll hear us continue to talk about this year. If you haven't done abundance tracker, this is your year. This is your year to do the abundance tracker, talking about writing down goals. Okay. So you can grab that, or you can just kind of work with us on a notebook right now if that feels too much time to go take and do that. All right. So let's talk first about, we talked a little bit about some of the reasons, but why are goals often left unaccomplished? Okay. So it's huge, right, to start with why. And we talk about this in our business. If you don't know why you're doing something and it's hard, you're not going to do it. You're not going to do it. So we have to always start with why. And we need to think about, like, what are we choosing for our life? What kind of joy do we want to create in our life? And our goals should be focused on how do we create that joyful, blissful life, right? In family, in finances, in faith. I'm talking in terms of goals, but all of the different areas of your life. How do you create joy? And then we talked about this a little bit. There's no process in place. If you write down a goal, but you don't have any steps of how you're going to get there, it's really more just a fantasy than it is a goal. The goal is not written down. We talked about that. Lack of accountability. And that's where our weekly coaching and being together with other people who are setting goals, specifically in business, but in a grander scheme as well, coming together in accountability, perhaps finding somebody else within the team or in your family, a friend elsewhere that can help you stay accountable to your goals is huge. And then the other reason goals are often left unaccomplished is the goal is unrealistic. I will tell you a story without a name. This was about 8 years ago. Had a person who went to Eric Worre's GoPro with us, and she came out of that saying that she was going to hit Royal Crown Diamond that year in a year. So I started asking her some questions. She's on my team. Started asking her some questions like, okay, so what is your strategy? How many hours can you put towards this? How many enrollments are you going to focus on getting each month? How many people are you going to work on training as brand partners, bringing in as brand partners and training? And she didn't have anything in place, nothing other than just this idea of, I want to be Royal Crown Diamond in a year, right? And I'll tell you, she stopped building the business a few months later. So it is very important for us not only to make realistic goals, but also to have a plan in place for how we are going to get this done. All right. In the absence of clearly defined goals, we become strangely loyal to performing daily acts of trivia. If you know what this is talking about, raise your hand. This is the scrolling on social media, and you find that an hour later, you saw like 3 goat videos, 2 chicken videos, and 1 video on how to turn fish into a liquid and make it into some kind of candy, whatever. So you know what I'm talking about. We can be controlled by everything else out there if we don't have clearly defined goals of how we are choosing to run our days. And just changing. Okay. And then go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Live the life you've imagined. And that's what we choose for each of us as we start this new year. So the first worksheet that you want to look at is this one that's called Goal Setting Framework. And we're not going to take a lot of time on this. This is something that you can do on your own. We are going to take a few minutes right now. Perhaps you already did this. You may have already made all of your goals for the year. Okay. So if you've already done that, great. Maybe you can refine them using some of our steps. But if you are somebody who can, like, pretty quickly, you kind of have in your head what you want to accomplish this year and you can get them out in the next few minutes. Yes. If you are somebody who needs time, I don't want this to stress you out. Okay. You can get started on it and come back to it. But we're going to look in four main areas right now. These are not necessarily your business goals. We're looking more life goals. Okay. So in the areas of family, in the areas of wellness, financially, and personal goal. And you want to make sure that you know why that's an important goal for you. Okay. Why are you making that goal for 2025? All right. So that's what you're going to do right now is just in each of the little boxes, family, wellness, finance, or personal, or on a notebook, write down what your goal is and why you want to accomplish it. I'm going to put on a little bit of, can I put music on or is it going to,
It doesn't
Zoom going to
really
get us?
work. Music
Okay.
is not super, yeah, it doesn't
We're
work.
going to sit in silence as we give a few minutes. So it's 7:38. Our time will go to 7:42. Okay. So you have four goals written down. Next step is to choose one of them that is the one that if at the end of the year that happened would bring about the most joy and satisfaction for you. So go ahead and circle one of those. Not going to go through all of these next steps, step 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, but encourage you to do so. Those are things that are going to help you make sure that it is a wise goal and to make sure that that goal sticks. All right. So we're going to go on to step 2. Oh, that is step 2. Okay. Step 3. No, go ahead. All right. So step 3, ask yourself, how will or can a thriving Young Living brand partnership enhance your goal for this year? Okay, so either one of those goals or all 4 of them, how would participating as a brand partner and growing your business have a positive impact on your goals? Okay, so that's the next step for you to think about. And Anne's going to turn it over to you.
Yep. So what I want to say here on this slide in particular is when we first started building our businesses in 2014, we recognized that creating multiple streams of income was a necessity. We were all in the field of education, and we still know teachers who hold more than one job because teaching just doesn't provide the resource for the lifestyle that they want to live most of the time. And so starting this business in part-time hours gave us the opportunity to start to see what power there was in having multiple income streams. So not just putting all of your eggs in one basket, especially because jobs may not be as secure as you once thought. Jerry's gone through 2 different layoffs in the last 8 years that we've known each other. We've had 2 different times that he's had to look for a different job. And income is the most powerful and influential circumstance of your life. And it also can give you limits in your life as well. So having this conversation with you all today is super important. This money conversation is super important because we want you to see brand partnership as a residual income, but we more want you to see it as another stream of income from your regular job. We know many of you have multiple income streams already, but you'd like to see the Young Living one grow. That is what has to fuel your ability to increase your income. So for example, Connie shared this with us several years ago, and it's just always stuck with me as someone who went through a divorce in 2012 because all of my assets were mine at that point, right? No child support, no spousal maintenance, no high living for being a divorced mom of 2 kids, right? I went back to work as a teacher. I had been a stay-at-home mom, working part-time jobs, but I went back to work. I still worked for my church. I worked for Young Living. I worked for Living Well Now. And I was working for the Peoria School District. So just to talk about, that was my unexpected, right? That was the pink line of this triangle. I had to prepare for the unexpected, and that was it. So if I wanted to pay for my son to have soccer cleats, I was going to have to figure out how to do that. Similar, not so different than my daughter needing new struts on her car at Christmas time. Okay, so we had to figure out the unexpected expenses that were going to come up and how I was going to pay for them. So if you think about it, this is something a financial advisor would talk about. I am not a financial advisor, however, my brother and my dad are, but they would talk about how your job typically covers your essentials and ensures your lifestyle. But what we don't always think about is how we are preparing for the unexpected and then leaving a legacy. So the typical American household has an average of almost $9,000 in the bank. However, financial advisors say we should have 6 to 12 months to be prepared for those unexpected circumstances. So many people have those day jobs that cover the essentials and their lifestyle. And then everyone strategizes throughout their lives how to make more money and save more money. So how does Young Living fit into this? If you think that, and again, this is high, but the U.S. median income is $78,500 in a family filing jointly. That would have been blown my socks off in 2014. So I divided that by 12 months, which is $6,500 per month at your job. Then to figure out preparation savings, times that by 6 months. So 6 months preparation savings would be $39,000. This is your target number. And Young Living is a great way to hedge your bet. Your little side business can hold you through times of insecurity, job loss, or any other unexpected circumstance. So do think about the ways that you are using your money, not just spending it all that's coming in, unless as especially as you're building toward executive and silver and gold, those are ways that you can start to set aside some of this income to really help you in the future. Now, if you look at Young Living's disclosure statement, income disclosure statement, which we are required to talk about because we are talking about the financial benefits of building a business as a brand partner with Young Living, you will see that annually an executive makes on average $3,682 per month. That's per year, 3,600 per year. So that is a great goal to have, especially if you don't have a second job right now or a third job, or you want something that you can do in part-time hours without leaving your home. Shooting for that executive rank and earning that average income per year it would be sufficient, right? For a lot of us, we would say, okay, $3,600 divided by 12. I'm not doing math very fast this morning, Andrea.
300.
$300 a month doesn't seem like a lot, but if it keeps the electricity running in a pinch, or you're able to save some of that aside so that you do, when you do have a car expense or a repair that needs done, you have some cash to pay for it. That's really great to have on hand. Now that silver income then jumps on average to $18,000 per year. So now you're talking a little bit more cushion, right? More cushion for your repairs, more cushion for maybe some daily or weekly decisions that you make financially, but really starting to look at how to build this and help encourage people to build to star and senior star and executive. That's going to be one of our focuses on these first 6 months of 2025. And that's why we're relaunching the Senior Star Sprint and really encouraging you to become a star maker in so many ways. All right, so just as a quick personal example, and we can always come back to this later, I was talking earlier about 2014 when I was kind of coming out of divorce slump and starting to build my business more solidly. I had a lot of customers in July of 2014. So as an executive, I was earning $1,300 per month. Okay, so I'm just being very clear with you. I'm showing you my commission summary here. In August of 2014, I ranked to silver because finally I found a couple of people who wanted to also share the business with others. So that gave me 2 legs at 4,000 to increase my rank to silver. And my check went up to $1,877 for being a silver leader. And then my OGV was super high, but I still needed a third leg to hit gold. And so I found another brand partner, and then my check became $2,600 a month. So if that kind of money could change your world the way it changed my world as a single mom in 2014, this is why we keep our nose to the ground, and we keep working, and we keep asking, and we keep sharing the business with people, because really finding brand partners who want to earn income is what's going to change the number of your success. Truly finding other people to do what you're doing. Go ahead on. I saw you were going to say something.
You saw my mouth. I was just going to say, and that's why we're really focused this year on helping you to build belief in this business and in the power of sharing with other people, because that is the only thing that will build you to silver and beyond. You can get to executive on your own with hard work, but really to get to those leadership levels, you have to bring people with you. And so you've got to see why this is such an incredible opportunity. And I think you laid it out beautifully, and just not only setting ourselves up for the unexpected, right? So that when something comes, we don't have to be so stressed about it, but also that leaving a legacy part is huge. What do we choose beyond the preparation phase? What do we choose to leave as a legacy?
Deb did that so beautifully. 94, I think this is also something to be said. 94% of Young Living members love the products while not being brand partners. So a lot of our customer loyalty over 30 years says a lot about the products, right? Like that we have people that are going to stick around whether they're earning an income or not. So you have to keep that in mind as well, that you're serving people who may at the end of the day not have a need for or not see the vision for another income stream with Young Living, but that doesn't discount them as being loyal customers, and maybe even being testimonial sharers with others, so that they can help enhance your business just by sharing what they love the most. So I really think it's important to note on this call, if you're going to treat your business like a hobby, you can get paid like a hobby. So as we talked, as Andrea was talking through the goal setting, that this is the action plan part, right? Like, are you setting aside dedicated time per week to really work at your business and treat it like a business? Or are you just kind of working on it when it fits into kind of daily life? And how can you designate your time a little bit differently to increase your commitment and consistency to the goals that you are setting to earn a higher income, perhaps through the Young Living strategies. Okay, so the other thing that's included, Andrea, I'll have you be Vanna. The other thing that's included in the packet is we gave you a new abundance tracker for 2025. Hopefully, you've already looked at 2024 and looked at last year's stats and decided where you need to focus some energy. We'll go through the abundance tracker at another time. It's not going to be on today's call if this is a new document to you. It's pretty self-explanatory, especially if you've been in Milestone Mentorship. We did discuss these items to be tracking, but we'll go through those at a later date. We do want to help you reverse engineer. And again, Andrea, I think we're going to run out of time because we're
Yeah, that's okay. I'll take over here. So,
okay.
You want to choose for this year what is it that you want to accomplish. Is it going to be a rank goal for you this year? Is it going to be to increase your number of enrollers? We hope increasing the number of enrollers is part of your goal because it is a focus area for us this year as LW Win, and that takes all of us. Is it to simply grow your OGV, right? To have more enrollments, to teach more people to share. So you want to kind of get clear about what are some of your goals in the business this year. Using the abundance tracker is going to help you with that. You can take it, month by month. We'd really like you to focus on what does the first 3 months of this year look like for you. You can have your big goal of like, okay, so my big goal is I want to get to gold in the next couple of years, or whatever it is. But in the next 3 months, what is going to help move the needle for you? What is your goal in the next 3 months? Okay, so spend some time thinking about that. We could go on. So setting rank goals is not a mystery. There's a formula that can help you determine your goals and celebrate along the way. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Getting to Royal Crown Diamond happens 1 day, 1 week, and 1 month at a time. So we're going to look at an example here. So let's say that you're currently an executive and your goal is to get to silver in the next 3 months. Let's say that in December, your OGV was 6,000. And you know that a silver requires 10,000 OGV with 2 legs of 4,000, right? But we're just going to look at the overall volume right now. To get to silver volume, you currently would be lacking 4,000 OGV in volume, right? So over the next 3 months, you would need to make up 4,000 OGV. If you split that amount by 3 months, so 4,000 OGV by 3 months, that means that each month you would need to increase by about $1,300, a little over $1,300 a month, right? And if you did that consistently over 3 months, then you would be there. But you don't want to stop there, right? This is where we talked about earlier that some people set goals and then they stop, okay? And they don't get more specific about how this happens. So now you can look at that 1,300 and you can say, okay, what are the different activities and the different outcomes that I would need in order to make up $1,300 in a month's time? So it's going to be, how many personal enrollments are you going to have? How many reactivations are you going to have? How many people on your team are you going to help get to star, right? So if somebody enrolls 3 or 4 people plus their own order, they could get to star, all right? So how many people are you empowering to enroll other people? And how many are they each going to enroll? You guys, in the beginning of my business, when I was choosing to get to the rank of silver and to gold and to platinum, okay, I did this every month. You would see scratches on paper of like, okay, so I need to make up this much volume. What are the different areas where volume can come in? Okay, it's going to be through people who are already on your team. So current customers, new people that you bring in, and people that other people bring in, right? Those are really the only areas that you're going to create volume. And so I would strategize how to bring in volume from each of those areas. So let's look at these action tips. 1, Talk to 3 to 5 people every day about your products and opportunity. 2, schedule a minimum of 2 workshops or classes, whatever gatherings a month. 3, find 2 people each month to coach as a new brand partner and help them reach goals. You're not going to be able to do that if you're not sharing about the brand partnership, are you? So think about how you can begin to shift focus this year if you haven't been sharing about the brand partnership, and we will be helping you along the way. 4, present what's possible by breaking bigger goals down into stars. And this is where the Senior Star Sprint that's going to be coming to you in the next couple of months, you're going to get more of a picture of what this looks like. Anyway, so those are some action tips. Let's go on to the next. We've got like 3 minutes.
I know, and we've got 10 slides. So we'll go as quickly as possible. So I think this is where I take over for the end.
Yep.
So if you have to get off, that's fine. Remember, this is recorded. You can always come back later. And also, if you want to catch the replay, it's in the Brand Partners group as well. So the quote from John Gordon here in the middle: anything worthwhile takes time to build. If we had immediate success, we wouldn't build the character we need to sustain true success. Eric Worre, the network marketing professional that we refer to a lot, and the founder of the GoPro Network Marketing Pro group and the event that we attend in December each year, he teaches the 3% rule, and it's a valuable tool for managing your time effectively. He says that if there are 31 days in a month, each day you work is 3% of your month. Every day that you're not working your business, you're losing 3% of your potential income and momentum. And it's like hanging a closed for business sign on the front door. So taking a day of rest each week, which is highly recommended, automatically takes the days you are open for business down to 88%. Take another day off, and now that means you're now working 76% of your month. So again, this is going back to the realization that making a plan means you're going to have to set aside some time, especially if you have large goals, to really work this as if there was an employer that was putting your feet to the fire. In addition, Andrea started talking about this at the very beginning. She said there are 4 belief areas to focus on, or she started to talk about your mindset and what you're asking, how you're asking yourself to show up every day. So we want to make sure that we're consistently encouraging you and coaching you to really be in daily personal self-development and growing your mindset, or growth mindset, which is not seeing the limitations, but seeing what's possible. Also, we want to continue to grow your belief about network marketing and about what a great industry this is to be part of. Using the 4-year career, as Richard Bliss Brooke wrote, GoPro, as well as getting 40% or more on loyalty rewards, is a huge testament to Young Living's loyalty and what's already set up here. You can be wooed by fast cash at somebody else's business, somebody else's network marketing door. You can be wooed by, I'm going to build under you promises, but really when it comes right down to it, our company being around for over 30 years is the original. So we want to encourage more of us to really reach for that 40% or more on loyalty rewards in 2025, if that is not currently your team's loyalty percentage. Also, we want to help you create more belief in Young Living as a legacy company with solid family-owned leadership. The Youngs are at the helm. It is not owned by people who are going to sell it off. They are committed to the long-term process of helping their distributors, and that means each of us have better health and also access to more money. And we want to continue to help you grow your focus on living well now and the systems that work with our consistent and dedicated leadership, as well as being family focused and community based. We offer accountability, and I know I saw this question in the chat earlier. We offer accountability through our Living Well Now brand partner group. We expect each person to take responsibility for responding and encouraging and sharing within that group. You also have your immediate sponsors support, or whoever's still kind of engaged, working up the line. You can always find out. Team YL, as well as Young Living Brand Partner USA, is an actual Facebook Facebook page, you can follow along as well. So remember, the person who enrolled you may or may not be engaged with supporting you. So you can kind of roll up the Living Well Now leadership line until you get to the person who can provide the most resources for you. And of course, there is always Team YL and some of the groups that are available to you to learn as well. In addition to those self-limiting beliefs, we may also face our own excuses, our egos. We can chase rabbits and think maybe this thing will be a sure thing, and we jump over to another company or another opportunity that seems better. But that's called chasing rabbits, and it eventually ends with us landing on our faces. We can get into comparison traps where we are limiting our beliefs based on what other people seem to have that we do not have. So how can we expect obstacles rather than be surprised by them? And there's a place on your goal setting worksheet for you to scribble out some of that for yourself if you know that these are things that you relate to. I don't think I need to go through these again. So again, we will again coach you through some of these limiting beliefs as the year goes on. And if you are feeling stuck and you are telling yourself a red light story, what will make it go green, right? What will fuel you? I had to keep coming back to, I was in a failed marriage. I was, busy raising 2 kids. How did I possibly have time for a Young Living business? I had, another job. I was so strung out and stressed, and how could this even happen? If I told myself that red light story every day, I would never have had the energy that it took to build my team to platinum. So it was really, really important to get out of my own way and continue, like Andrea said earlier, to build that resilience and build that mindset through really difficult times. It also helps to choose a GOIL or a goal oil. We're always grateful to Shauna for that phrase. Even though it sounds like a boil, it's really a GOIL. So an oil that you're going to daily apply and diffuse as you are working toward accomplishing a goal. Perhaps it's Envision. Highest Potential was one I put in the lifestyle group this week that a lot of you connected to. Gratitude, Motivation, Believe is another popular one. And I've been using Present Time for a while now to just stay present with what I'm working on and not get distracted with things that take my attention. This one step, choosing a goal and sticking to it, changes everything. A quote from Scott Reed. So really taking time with this worksheet and this packet that we've given you today and reviewing some of the things that we've gone through, I think will make a really big difference in setting your year up for success. If it feels too impossible, I'm going to come back to that slide. If it feels too impossible to you for a year of planning, I'm breaking it down with quarterly events this year. And I'm offering a 90-minute virtual event called New Year, New Intentions for this one. I'll do another one in April and then in between third and fourth quarter. But the reason I'm doing them is because when I was in my divorce season, it was really hard to see an entire year at a time. I was visioning by myself. I had great support from Andrea and my mom, of course. My family rallied around me, but it didn't feel like it was possible to see the whole staircase. And I knew, as Martin Luther King Jr. said, that I just needed to take that first step. So I've broken this down into a 90-minute virtual event that I'm going to offer on Tuesday. It is $35, but it includes a group Aroma Freedom session. So if this is kind of overwhelming to you and you want to break down some of what you're kind of facing, I'd invite you to join me on that. You can also use this PPP as a way to talk yourself out of those self-limiting beliefs by really connecting to your purpose, showing persistence in your daily action. And obviously, we are a faith-based group as well. And so we encourage you to actively speak life into your business through prayer and asking God to come alongside you in your pursuit of this business and of what it can mean for your life and the lives of those around you. So Andrea, I think that gets us to the end. I think that's where we were going to wrap it up for today.
Hey, and only 6 minutes late. So,
So thank
yeah.
you guys for everyone who hung on this long. We're really, really grateful. We feel super, super glad to be heading into 2025 with a vision and a plan. We are bringing some of your beloved leaders together in Carlsbad next weekend to do even more goal setting. So Liesel, Nan, Jessica Alvarado, and Cassie Rathbun will be joining us over here in Carlsbad. So they'll all be getting up with us at 6 a.m. for our first weekly call next Friday morning. Nan, we may just see you in your bed again. They're here too. It's totally fine. No pressure. Lisa will just get her to bed earlier, I think, on Thursday night. Okay.
We're kidding. She's going to be out on a bike ride while we're doing our
Liesel's going to
call.
be on her bike ride, right? Exactly. It's cold here in the morning, Liesel.
It is
I don't know if
cold.
you want to bike in the morning here. Ooh. Thank
Anyway,
you so
thank you
much,
guys
you
so
guys,
much
for
for being
joining.
on with
Happy
us.
New Year.
We will see you next week.
Thank you.